Today we're going to be looking at a Tikka T3. This is one of my main deer rifles that I use, and it's about time for the 2016 season, so I've gotten it out, sighting it in today, but I wanted to give you a little look at it. The Tikka is very popular on a lot of forums and blogs as a good rifle to get for not too much money. I do think they're very good. This is a Tikka T3 243. It is the stainless one with the black plastic stock. I bought it at a big box store a few years ago after deer season, so I think for the money they're very good. I'd put them ahead of some of the other budget rifles for sure. And they're known for good accuracy. I'll show you when I sight it in some of the accuracy of it. It shoots about, I can get about a 1-inch group most of the time, not always. That's more my problem than the gun. So this is a Leupold VX3 scope. It is 4.5 to 14x, so this one will really zoom in, and I've loved it. It's been great. These are Talley Rings. I didn't go with the factory rings that were on there. They're silver and they're aluminum, but I've been very happy with those Talley Rings. They cost a little bit. I bought them online. Of course, they were great. So just the first look at the Tikka T3. It is made in Finland. It's imported by Beretta, and it's my understanding that the word Tikka is the Finnish word for woodpecker. I don't know why they named it that. Maybe, I think it has something to do with a woodpecker hitting the same hole every time he hammers his head, so maybe the Tikka rifle is supposed to hit the same hole every time. Here's a look more from the business end here. Okay, I'm going to take a few shots with it and then we'll talk a little bit more about it. So I've owned this gun 2 or 3 years. I've taken a few deer with it. I've been very happy with it. So we're going to do some shooting now with the Tikka T3. I'll do one more and then we'll go and look. I'll shoot a third one and we'll go down and check. I'm shooting to the left just a little bit, I think. Here's the Tikka T3 group at 100 yards. It's very close to an inch group. I'm shooting high about an inch and left about 1 inch. I may not change it at all. First 3 shots for 2016. Hopefully I did some good shooting there. I think the gun is ready for deer season for this year. Earlier when I said it was made by Tikka, it's actually, the company is Seiko that's in Finland, and they also make a line of rifles called Tikka, which is more their budget. So Seiko and Tikka are made by the same company. Just a few more things to look at. If I had to make some complaints, a lot of people don't like that the bolt is 2 pieces. That's not really a complaint of mine. A lot of people like the 1-piece forged bolt, but they have very smooth bolts, as you can see, and I'm not too worried about the two-piece bolt. And one of the single largest complaint that I hear about these is the magazine. And see how it sticks out? It's not flush fitting like most other rifles have flush fitting magazines. So I'm going to pop this out. You pop it out by just pressing a little button here. So that's one of the biggest complaints of these guns, are these magazines, and they're very expensive if you have to buy one by itself, which is a little odd. So it's just a single stack. The 243, it only holds 3 in here. I mean, a lot of guns with larger ammo than that will hold 4, so it's a little weird that will only hold 3 and it still sticks out of the gun at the bottom. So that's the biggest complaint, but it's not really that bad. But if you're in a deer stand or resting, sometimes this will snag if you're resting on an armrest or something. Looking more at the bottom here, this is just made out of plastic, polymer of some kind. It's not metal, but it is a budget gun, as we said earlier. So T3 there. I did put this nice sling on there, but the sling was not that expensive either. So it's just set up for hunting, and I wanted a stainless gun to use in a sort of all types of weather. I didn't want to bring my wood and blued guns out for deer hunting. One other thing people don't like is this is a plastic piece covering the back of the bolt. Of course, here is the safety. That is unsafe. Forward is red. One question people always ask is, if it's unsafe, you can't move the bolt. You can only unload it or fire it or work the bolt when it's on fire. Some people prefer the 3-position safeties where they can work the bolt with it unsafe. But this one, I do like that it latches the bolt when it is unsafe. So if you're in the woods and it's unsafe, you're not going to accidentally open your bolt with a tree branch or something. But overall, I really love it. I think it's worth the price. Some people think this looks a little weird, but again, it's a budget rifle, and I'm sure that's part of the manufacturing process to keep the prices down. I'm always suggesting people look at a Tikka on gun forums and things, because I think they're well worth the price. You get a 1 MOA gun for a very good price. They're known to be accurate and good, and it does have a nice trigger pull as well. So if you're wondering how I got the Tikka gun bag, this is just part of a promo when I bought the gun. So I mailed in and got it for free when I purchased it. So here's what I shoot out of this gun. It's typical 243. It's a 90 grain AccuBond made by Nosler. You saw on the targets earlier, it hits well. Here's a comparison of a 243 round to a 30-06. Quite a bit of difference, but I've taken quite a few deer with a 243. I hunt coyote and deer with this gun. So let me know if you like your Tikka down in the comments below. I love mine. I hope to take a deer with it this year. If I do, I'll post or let you know about that. So Tikka T3, chambered in 243 Winchester. I've got a Leupold scope, Talley Rings. I highly recommend the Talley Rings. I didn't mention this, but if you see, there's little Allen bolts. Those hook down into the receiver. It's not just hooking on the rail. It's hooking down into the receiver. That's why these tallies are so good. So we've got 4 bolts down into the receiver top. That scope's not going anywhere. So that's all I can think to tell you about my Tikka. It's a great gun. I hope you have a great bolt rifle. If you don't and you need to get one, I would give this a look if you're looking to save a little money. So have a good one and take care. Delta T is going to take some shots with the Tikka 243. You're going to load it up here. Does it have as much recoil as the 30-06?
Not sure. It's low and to the left.
Low and to the left?
Yeah.